everybody. Welcome back to Alisa Doing It My Way. I'm your girl, Alisa. How's everyone doing today? Y'all, I took some time off from work today because I just wanted to, sometimes it's like, I was thinking since last night, should I call out of work sick today? I didn't call out sick, but I did take some time off. And sometimes it's best to listen to your brain when it tells you to do something. But I have not necessarily had much to do. I just wanted some time for myself. And while I was sitting back, I'm like, hey, why don't I come talk to you guys? So here I am. And of course, y'all can see by the title what it is I want to talk about today. Can you survive without your spouse or significant other? And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I guess it's because I'm getting older and I will be 50 years old soon, very, very soon. And it's just something that I've been thinking about more and more, especially since in my line of work, I run across a lot of elderly people who reach out for assistance with certain things, and you wouldn't believe how many of them call for this particular service and they say, oh, well, my husband, used to handle all of this, or my wife used to be the one to do all of this, and they're like completely lost as of what to do next. And that's where, we take over. But it just got me to thinking about my own situation and watching some of my friends and, stuff like that. Are we really prepared to live without our significant others or our spouses? For example, a lot of women in the olden days, well, I won't say the olden days, maybe my grandmother and them, y'all, a lot of those women used to stay home, while their husbands went out and worked. A lot of them never had a job. So if something happens to that husband, what happens to you? What happens to you and your children? Are you able to maintain the life that you were already living? And a lot of people, I've come across a lot of people, like I said, more elderly people who are really caught out there unprepared, not knowing what to do next. And I just wanted to know what some of you guys have in order to be able to make it in the event something happens to your spouse or significant other. It may be that nothing happened to them. I mean, things change, people change. It could mean that you're going through a breakup and you're no longer together. But are you able to maintain or to have the lifestyle that you want without them? Do you have insurance, life insurance for each other? If you do have insurance, do you know where the paperwork is? Do you know how much the insurance policy is? And I'm looking down because I did write you know, some things that I wanted to, because I come up here, y'all, and I forget what I wanted to say, you know. You wouldn't believe like how many people don't know how to pay bills. Like, and I'm not just pointing out a certain sex, both men and women. You wouldn't believe how many of them don't know how to pay an electric bill, don't know how to pay the rent, don't know how to get in touch with the mechanic if something happens to the car, or they don't know where these warranties and stuff is. And it's like, how many of you sit back and just let your spouse or significant other take care of all these important things without even trying to learn just a little bit about it, you know? I know some of us get comfortable, you know, and you think that you have a lifetime, or you just, you know, you don't think that it could ever be you, but it can be you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be because you're getting older. I mean, yes, that does play a factor. You know, the older you get, you know, stuff tends to happen. But it's like, how many of you even take the time to go through like your finances together to see, you know, or do you even have like accounts together? Do you share finances? Do you even know how much this person has in the bank, you know, and what to do in the event of, you know, an emergency, or, you know, I know mama always said to keep something for yourself, and I'm not, you know, talking about that. I'm just talking about being prepared in case, you know, something happens. If something does happen, would you be able to pay your bills? And if so, for how long? You know, I've always heard people say you should be able to at least have a savings to pay your bills, maybe for a year or two. But for some people, that's just not logical. It's just not how it works. You know, some people barely make enough to get by to be able to pay the current bills, let alone, you know, saving something to pay, you know, for a year or so in case something happens. So I just wanted to know, like, what are some of the things that you guys have in order in case something happens. You know, let's share and let's talk about it. Let's help each other out. You know, some people were taught by watching their parents, you know, but not everyone was so lucky to have someone to teach them or to get that advice from. Some people learn as they go along, you know, so let's share some of the things that you do in order to be prepared for an emergency, you know. My mind just went on a particular client of mine that I really can't, you know, disclose, you know, really too much, but it was just a sad situation, and it just made me start thinking about my own, you know, situation. And I, by all means, am not really prepared. And I'm just going to be honest with you. You know, I'm not prepared. And I always say, well, you know, this year I'm going to do this. And this year I'm going to do this. And before you know it, the year is up. And I ain't done SHIT, you know. But at some point, I guess we got to become more, you know, responsible. If you have life insurance, like, is it enough to be able to sustain you? You know, if something happened today, would you know how to pay your bills on your own? Do you know how to pay a mortgage? You know, little things like that, you know. But that's all I really wanted to talk about, y'all. And I'm probably not touching on everything. You know, like I said, sometimes I come in front of this camera and my mind just like, it runs off somewhere. I don't know. But if y'all have anything to share or add to what I'm saying, please leave it in the comments, because you never know like who's reading it and who you might be helping by just sharing, you know, some things that you might have done. But that's it, you guys. Y'all, do y'all hear my stomach growling? Oh, my stomach is growling, y'all. I'm hungry. But that's it, you guys. I want to thank y'all all for tuning in. And also, if you'd like to hear more on trending topics in the news, entertainment, gossip, stuff like that, make sure y'all check out my blog at alisabilbo.blogspot.com. You can follow me on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And turn on your notification bell so you'll know whenever I upload a video. And y'all, please leave a comment. Like, I know, like, I don't come up here professing that I have it all together and like I'm this big teacher and anything like that. More or less, I'm looking for help myself. I'm looking for advice myself, you know. And you just never know who you're going to help by leaving a comment. But that's it, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Alisa doing it my way. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.